You know, it just occurred to me, nobody ever whines that we're early.
Well,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
sure somebody does, but we're not paying attention most of the time.
There's always somebody like late. But when we're early, they're not like, how dare you start so early?
Why are you early? Oh my god.
Very selectively punctual,
That only goes in one direction.
I
You know.
suppose. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Monkey in the Morning. I'm Monk. He's Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Jack, how you doing today, my friend?
Yeah, I don't know. How you doing?
I'm actually not too bad. I'm just waking up, so I'm still sore. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm good otherwise. But I just realized a couple of minutes ago, I don't think I actually woke up. I think the collective Star Trek fan base in our fan base willed me awake so that Shatner didn't die.
Yeah, I hope so. Because you damn near killed the legend, you son of a bitch.
I saw that news and I'm like, fuck, I'm going to get blamed for this. And then
Yeah, you
sure
are.
enough, like 5 different people away. Monkey, get up. Yeah, I wish him well. Notoriously a bastard when he worked on the original show, and then when he went to write his book, that it's one of my favorite stories about redemption I think I've ever heard.
Yeah.
He goes to talk to all the other actors, and they're all like, "Fuck you, Bill." And he's like, "What I did?" And they're like, "You were an asshole."
Yeah, because he was like the super serious one, and everybody's like, "Can we just have fun?"
Yeah, and it's after this that he really relaxes and becomes the personality we know today.
Yeah, I think he learned the hard way.
Yeah, he was alienated. I mean, this is a guy who mocked Trekkie conventions and didn't see why people liked it so much. And then as he gets older, he's like, hey, actually, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, I think he learned that you just embrace what you are.
Yeah.
You know, he was just taking himself way too seriously.
But I do hope that he gets better. The last update I saw is that he's resting comfortably, which is never something you want said about you.
Yeah, that always sounds bad.
Nobody says that like he had a hard day's work. He's resting comfortably now. It's always like he got hit by a car. He's resting comfortably now.
Yeah, it's always like in bad circumstances, like, oh, we just made him comfortable. Is he dying?
Yeah.
Because that's what you just insinuated.
It's yeah. Ugh. Anyhow, what the hell were we going to talk about today? Oh, I was going to talk about the ice shooting because, Jack, yesterday, right as we're getting off the air, well, a little bit, it been like an hour or two because it's in Texas time, but somebody shoots up an ice facility.
Yeah.
And killed one detainee and severely injured two others. It was originally reported that two had died, but apparently they saved one of them. So 2 critically injured, 1 murdered. And my first thought was, I didn't expect one of them to kill him because yesterday, very near the end of the show, we were talking about this shit. Mm-hmm. And I mentioned that I believe they want a dead illegal that they can point to and go, look at what they did. Look at what they did to this poor person. And they wanted their George Floyd, their Jorge Floyd. They needed that moment. They desperately want this moment in the ice thing because for some reason they're not letting this go and just getting on board with getting these people the fuck out of our country.
No, they want lower wages. They want slaves. And let's face it, they're Democrats. They want slaves back.
I knew they wanted a dead body. I didn't think they were going to be the ones to kill him. I thought they were going to wait until something went wrong with an officer in a fight.
Yeah, they desperately wanted like a police brutality moment, but when that didn't happen, they just had to kill somebody.
Whoa, this is very important. Thank you so much. Nobody. I'm going to get you suckers on Prime Video for a few more days if anybody hasn't seen it. If you have Prime and you've never seen I'm going to get you, sucker, go watch it. Not right after this show. Watch this show first.
You forgot to point something out.
What's that?
That's a feminist.
Oh, it's a feminist $12. Well, there's things more important than a feminist $12 right now. I'm going to get you, sucker, can be watched.
No.
Go see it if you haven't seen it. It's fucking amazing. And thank you, nobody, for that. Feminist $12. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you. And for pointing that out. You know what I'm going to watch later today? I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Oh,
That's
I
the
was
theme
thinking
song.
the Kardashians, but
Nah, fuck that.
I thought it was a trick question.
So anyway, Jack, I wasn't gonna start the show with this. In fact, that's why I said I was gonna talk about this. And I'm like, fuck it, let's go ahead and talk about it because we're talking. Suspect identified in Dallas ICE facility shooting that killed a detainee. Now, when I first heard about this, Jack, it seemed to suggest that the shooter was shooting directly in this car because he thought that there were ICE agents in it. And what he does is he like shoots up a van, but he was apparently shooting just randomly, and he happened to shoot the car that they were in. It seems to be the going theory right now.
I'm kind of calling bullshit on that because he probably thought he was shooting up a vehicle full of ICE agents.
I think that's much more likely. He thought that was a vehicle getting ready to go out on like an ICE raid and just lit it up and killed. I don't want to say innocent people, but people who didn't deserve to be murdered for it. Yeah,
they should have been deported. I mean, they didn't do anything. As far as we know, they didn't do anything worthy of getting killed. But it's more plausible to me that he thought this was a van full of agents and he was going to be some big hero.
Yep.
If he was just indiscriminately firing like that, that seems like an excuse cover story that the lefties would come up with to be like, no, he could possibly be that much of a tard.
This is literally the latest update. As you can see on the screen, it says 1 minute ago when this was captured, which was captured about 10 minutes ago, Jack.
Oh.
The suspect fired indiscriminately at the ICE facility, including at a van where victims were hit from a rooftop nearby, DHS said. I just don't believe that it could have been indiscriminate and he hit. I don't know what kind of rifle he had. I haven't seen that yet. Have you seen what kind of rifle?
No, but I saw some of the ammo. He isn't fucking around. It's not 22. He's not plinking.
No, he was using some serious ammo with anti-ICE messaging written on the casings.
Yeah.
I had one of those nerd gun. I'm not even a gun nerd, but I had one of those nerd gun moments when I saw a article say that the bullets had anti-ICE messaging. I'm like, well, that would be really small.
Yeah, it's obviously on the casing, and it was actually on a clip.
It was actually on a clip. I noticed that as well.
Yeah, a stripper clip, which means it's a rifle, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But it was actually on a clip.
Chances are it's not an AR-15 with the clip that they had.
No.
You're talking... This motherfucker had a Garand up there.
That'd be kind of funny, actually.
Yeah.
Where'd you dust that thing off from? Your great-grandfather? Holy shit.
You know how sad it is that now that's great-grandfather? When I was a kid, that would have just been, where'd you dust that off? Your grandfather.
Yeah, but...
fuck, we're old.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate when I have those moments.
I know. Believe me, I know.
Anyway, this is going to shock the shit out of you guys. It was a lefty.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Oh, wow. I can't believe it.
That's like the 4th or 5th incident in 2 weeks.
I know we're not supposed to dance on people's graves or anything or celebrate their death, but he then ate his own bullet, and fuck him, I'm glad he's dead.
Yeah, no loss to the world there.
He was firing indiscriminately in an ICE facility, trying to murder people. Fuck this guy. I'm glad he's dead. I do wish he got to live a little bit longer because I would have liked to have seen him go to a Texas prison as somebody who killed a detainee. That could have been funny.
Yeah. His hair would get a little frazzled.
Good luck with the gang culture. But yeah, we don't get that. He's just killed himself. I know we're not supposed. I'm not celebrating suicide. I'm celebrating the death of a shitbag who murdered someone. How he died is irrelevant to me. I'd be dancing either way. But Monkey, you said you shouldn't celebrate deaths. Bullshit, I never said that. I've always maintained that there are deaths worth celebrating.
Yeah.
And this is one of them. Fuck this guy. Look, you're making me feel bad for the illegals you killed. You're making me feel bad for illegals. What's wrong with you?
Well, I mean, look, I don't care for illegals, but they're still human beings. And if they didn't do a crime worth killing them over, then, like some of them just are people trying to make a better life. Sure. That doesn't mean they're supposed to be here, so they can go home. But we don't have to have some psycho lefty gun them down because he can't tell the difference between an ICE agent and a detainee.
He killed himself because he knew the left would never let him live after killing a detainee. I doubt he had time to know who he killed. I don't think he probably died thinking he killed agents. I don't think he would have had time to see the aftermath of what he did because it sounds like he offed himself pretty quick. He took the coward's way out. Well, that's only to be expected when he was doing a cowardly act in the first place.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that sucker punch you in a crowd. So,
Alan, thank you so much. He says, "Morning, Monkey." Good morning, sir. Hope you're well. Yeah, these fucking lefties, man. And then I saw something today, Jack, that made me both amazingly happy and a little bit annoyed. AOC put out a ad in California. You know, the New York Congresswoman.
Yeah.
She put out an ad in California. I'm not the only one who thinks that's kind of fucking weird, am I?
No.
Like, there's no good reason for her to be in California politics. Why is it? Hang on. Why is this so big?
That's what she said.
And in it, she's using very violent language, Jack.
Oh no, I'm shocked.
And look, all kidding aside, I don't think it's like really violent language. This is what the left calls violent language.
It's only violent when you do it.
California, we don't back down from a fight. And this November, the fight belongs to you.
I thought fighting was wrong.
No, it's wrong when you do it. Oh, real quick. Thank you, Alan, for the generous donation. Morning, my friend. Good morning, Alan. Hope you're doing well. Enjoying the beautiful weather while it lasts.
She's out here campaigning for Prop 50. Why do they got so many propositions in California?
They have nothing better to do with their time.
We usually like a massive amount of propositions for us is like 4. Why they got Prop 50? Do they just keep adding and they've only ever had 50, or is this 50 in one goddamn year?
It's in 1 year.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway,
remember the gay bill was like 200 and something, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Prop 208 or something. Yeah, so they
208. Yeah.
They're busy people over in California trying to get more free money from the government.
I really don't want to watch any more AOC, so we'll take her off the screen. She goes on to tell us that if Democrats lose whatever Prop 50 is, I haven't even looked it up, but that literally all of your freedoms are going to go away. So much for turning down the rhetoric.
Well, you have to turn the rhetoric down, not them. It's a ballot measure in November special election that would temporarily change the state's congressional district maps.
Oh, right. They do mention that, I believe, in there, in that ad.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to watch that entire stupid fucking ad, I'll throw it in here. Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's so that the Democrat-controlled legislature can redraw the district lines.
Oh, right, because in California they can't legally do it.
Yeah.
The way that the way that the laws is written is that apportionment has to be done after the census, and most states just do any redistricting immediately. But
yeah.
Texas was.
Is that him or me?
Sorry about that.
No,
So
don't worry.
Abbott decides that he's going to do it whenever he wants, which is fine. It is legal. And then Gavin's like, I'm going to do it too. Shit, there's a law that prevents me.
Yeah, apparently the maps were drawn in 2021 by an independent commission.
Yep.
The Independent California Citizens Redistricting Commission, and he wants to override that.
Which, by the way, is still run by Democrats. It's California, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but it's not Democrat enough.
This is what we saw Jeffries yesterday, like independent in Democrat hands. Yeah, fuck off with that stupid shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, they want to try to do that, and they're going to try to change the law so that they can cheat. You guys passed that law. It was your law. And now you're like, I can't believe it. And frankly, it's too late anyway, because you would have needed it for this coming election. And I don't think maybe they have enough time to force it through over the next year before the 2026 elections. Because that's the goal, is to do it for the 2026 elections.
Yeah.
But, with courts getting involved and stuff, I don't know if they have enough time. You should have done it last year. Anyhow. But did you notice, sir? We're fight. That is horribly violent language, young lady.
Yeah.
That's
you kiss your mama with that? You quit kiss your abuela with that mouth?
That, by your own standards, is literally calling for violence. That's what you told me after January 6th.
It's true.
That wasn't my standard, because that's fucking retarded. That's your standard.
I have a technical question, unrelated.
Yeah.
Is Rumble working for you?
I was able to drop the link into chat over there. I haven't looked
but
at
are you seeing any video?
I never watch video. I'll have to go check.
Because it says it's waiting on encoding server to claim placeholder video. And I keep refreshing and it keeps not changing.
No idea what's going on there, because on my side of things, everything is set up how it's supposed to be. Let's see. Let me go over there and check real fast.
Sorry for the distraction. Just trying to make sure everything's working okay.
Oh yeah, no idea. It says down, but I've thought very much about just stopping with Rumble anyway. Especially when we end up with issues like this, where it's like I don't know what's wrong, because everything is set up correctly. I even have a little check mark showing me that it's working. It's even telling me I'm live.
Well, yeah, it says live on the channel too. Like if you go to your channel page, it says you're live, but there's no image, which I thought was weird. And when I click on it, it doesn't show me anything. Yeah, chat works now, but now the video isn't working.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it. No idea.
Well, there's 7 people over there trying to figure it out too.
Not sure what's wrong. There we go. Sorry, guys. Don't know what's going on over there. Anyway, so that was going to be our story, the ICE shooting. And there's not a whole lot more to say other than lefties, stop being violent. Stop encouraging violence. Stop looking at this as the way that you're going to. One, if violence actually does break out, if you guys get the fight you seem to want, you're going to lose badly.
It's going to be a brutal, ugly mess.
Yeah, it's not going to go the way you think it is. And sending out your little terror cells, triggering them, activating them with your coded language, is probably not the win you think it is. because how do I want to put this? People on the other side actually care. They're not just in it for the violence like the left is. And when you're defending yourself and your home, you're a lot more ferocious than you are when you're just some fucking little loser whose mommy didn't hug him enough or hugged him too much. And now he decides he needs breasts. And oh my God, the world thinks I'm weird for wanting titties as a man. I'm going to go kill people. Those are two entirely different mindsets.
Yeah.
So knock it the fuck off. Because if what you guys are trying to kick off kicks off, you're fucked. You're fucked. Anyway, what preempted my planned on main story today was this story from CNN. YouTube to reinstate accounts banned for posting false claims about COVID-19 and the 2020 election. Now, technically this headline is true, but according to this article, at least, people who want their accounts back have to reapply for it. They have to be like, hey, y'all fucked me over too.
Yeah, it's not a guarantee.
So they did blanket bans. I mean, we saw how they came. They came in waves. It's not like they were actually paying that much attention to the individual creators. Still claiming false. Yeah, they still are. But anyway, this comes, according to YouTube and CNN, in response to an investigation by Jim Jordan's committee into whether or not the Biden administration was improperly silencing people on social media. And in response, after years of these kind of investigations, YouTube was like, yeah, we're gonna let up the moderation. Now, maybe it's just me, but their claim that this is a sign of their belief in free expression, because that's what they tell us.
Yeah, that's why all these people got banned.
I love that you started laughing, because that was my fucking response too. Like, are you fucking with me? Now, I want to say right here, our friend Sinatra Says is going to be back on his Sinatra Says channel.
Yeah. Competing Forever got his channel back too.
He's got his I don't know if he got his monetization back, but he got his verification back, which is awesome. Good for him.
Yeah.
He never should have been. You know what? I remembered as I was reading the story, because they said for COVID misinformation. The first person who told me about COVID was Sinatra. It was on this show. And when it was still only in China, he was the one that brought it to my attention. We were just talking one night, and he asked, did you hear what's going on in China? I'm like, I don't fucking pay attention to China. I'm American. I don't got to look at the rest of the world. But yeah, so now at least they're telling us supposedly what many of these people were banned for, because a lot of them got no information at all.
Yeah.
It was just, you violated standards. Which, if you've never worked for YouTube, as we do, independent contractors, you might not understand how YouTube works. Like, if you go into your job and they're like, hey, Tim, come here. We're firing you for peeing in the trash cans. They give you this is what you did. You peed in the trash cans. Here they just go, you're fired for violating policy. And you're like, well, what policy? And they're like, we can't tell you that.
It's a secret.
It's a secret.
You know what you did. It's sort of like getting a woman mad at you.
It really is. It fucking really is. YouTube has the ability, and this is an automated system that they use. They have the ability to give you the exact time frame of where you fucked up. And I know this because it's part of their DMCA platform. If somebody claims your video, or if there's a content match on your video, it'll show you the exact time frame where it happened. But where you supposedly break the rules, they're like, well, we can't tell you exactly when you did it. We can't. And this was all part of their nonsense where if we tell you what the rules are, you won't break them.
Yeah.
Literally their stance. Because they're thinking, if we tell you where the line is, you'll find a way to not cross that line.
Which isn't that what they want us to do anyway? Not cross the line?
Can you imagine the police doing that? They get rid of all the fucking speed limit signs and like, you drive how fast you think you should be, and then we'll let you know if you went over.
Yeah, makes no sense.
If we tell you what
you can't run things that way.
Yeah, if we tell you what the speed limit is, you won't speed. I mean, most people still would, but that's the kind of thinking that they used. Like, if we tell them what the rules are, they won't break the rules. And then how will we ban people? But I do find it, and maybe I'm just a little too cynical here, Jack. I find it amazing that this comes 2 weeks after Charlie's death. After Charlie is murdered, and you have a bunch of shitbags celebrating it on this platform.
Yeah.
That suddenly they're like, we actually really believe in free expression.
Right.
I mean, is it me, or does it sound like just a little too convenient?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. Plus, how could you trust them again?
Like, I
anytime
don't.
You get a paycheck, you better be saving a lot of money if you're gonna go back to the platform.
Look, I try to be very careful of YouTube's rules here. See, YouTube, if you give us the rules, we won't break them. But even we have gone over. I mean, we got in trouble for showing a political ad that was played on television.
Mm-hmm.
We lost a whole show due to that shit. I erased 3 months worth of our coverage after the election because we could have gotten hit for the same shit.
Yeah.
I thought we were probably okay, but after we got in trouble for that political ad, I'm like, we better be careful here.
Yeah, because you never know what they're going to change the rules to fit into that now. Well, it was fine before, but now they're retroactively hitting you for stuff that you may or may not have said.
Now, part of me thinks it's that. And then there's a whole nother part of me that I think YouTube is worried that so many other people are going to places like Kick, that they're going to Rumble, they're going to even Twitch. And I do wonder if there's some internals that are showing, especially like, look, YouTube, when you let people dance on graves the way that you did with Charlie Kirk, and you don't enforce your own guidelines that these are clear violations of, while being like, no, they said COVID can't be stopped by a mask, which, by the way, is technically true. You just come off looking like unhinged lefty shitbags who will do whatever you can to protect the left.
Yep.
Because that's what you've been doing. Nobody wants this to be a free expression platform more than the creators who are on it. Well, hashtag not all, because there are a bunch who are like, you need to silence those people. Much like with Twitch, I just want the rules enforced evenly, and I want to know what the fucking rules are. Just tell us what the rules are. And you know what? If you find out that somebody is skirting the rules because it's not technically a violation, you can tweak it. They're your fucking rules. And you have that catch-all of, or anything else we don't like, because you're a private platform. But instead, you hide behind vague ass shit. And there are people who, I hope Sinatra got his check. I really do.
Oh, because I bet they make him reapply for monetization, and he has to go through the whole thing of getting the watch hours again.
Well, all he has to do is get reinstated. His watch hours should be easy to get for him and his channel. Fuck, we will go over there and watch his show every day to get him up to where he needs to be. But they've been sitting on over $3,000 of his money because when you get demonetized on YouTube, they keep any money that you've earned on AdSense.
I don't understand how they can do that. That's such bullshit.
Because there's never been enough money being held like that to make it worth the lawsuit that would get YouTube in so much fucking trouble for this.
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a scumbag thing to do. The easiest thing to do to avoid the problems, just pay out what you owe them and then say, okay, you're done, goodbye. Just like an employee getting fired. But yeah, I never understood why they were doing that shit.
What they're doing right now with the unbanning, and again, they're not unbanning, they're letting people reapply. And look, Sinatra got his back, so that's awesome. And he didn't say, at least that I saw anywhere, I only saw his tweets about it. I don't know if he talked about it anywhere. But I didn't see if he's got monetization immediately back. I didn't see what exactly it entails or whether he applied for it. But the way that this article reads, you have to apply for it, and that's fucking nonsense. It's just nonsense.
Well, they still want to be able to tell you no.
Now, YouTube did demonetize Destiny, according to Destiny, which, sorry, Destiny, I'm on YouTube's side on this. You said right-wingers have to live in fear, or should have to live in fear when they go in public. I know you've tried walking that back after they took your money away. But I do think that any money that's in his AdSense should go to him.
Yeah.
Can I be unbanned from what? Rob Noer? I don't know who that is. Destiny is way different reasons. Yes, Destiny actually did something, and nobody is questioning why. Literally everybody knows the clip that got him in trouble. And this isn't the same as what happened back in 2020, where people were just getting banned in massive waves. That's the other thing about Destiny. It's not like 1,000 leftist YouTubers got banned and nobody's quite sure why. It was him specifically. Because he specifically said something really fucking vile. And he still didn't get kicked off the platform. He just lost his monetization.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a good thing. It is a good thing that they're opening up expression. I just don't trust, one, that it's real. I'm gun shy around YouTube. I really am.
Oh yeah, you have to be.
And two, I don't trust their motives. I don't believe that YouTube is dedicated to free expression. They should be, but I don't believe they are. Because we saw what happened after 2016. We saw what happened all through 2020.
Yep.
We've seen over and over again that they're just a bunch of lefty shitbags.
Yeah, they're incredibly biased.
Which is why I think this probably has a lot more to do with other platforms growing than it has to do with even them trying to protect their little lefty friends. Although, let me put on my tinfoil hat for a second, Jack.
Oh, fair to helm, sir.
We have October 8th coming up. October 8th, as far as I know, is still when these tech companies, who is it? Discord, Twitch, Reddit, and another one I forgot, are being called up in front of Congress. And I still maintain there's a good chance that Hassan loses his Twitch before he sees October 8th. And if he does, the rumor is he's going to come over here to YouTube. Steam, thank you, of all potatoes. Steam is the other one, which has no business being there. I'm just going to be honest. But there's talk that if he has to leave Twitch, he'll come to YouTube. And it's like they're already loosening the reins a little bit so Hamas Piker can come over here. And maybe I can see it. I can definitely see it if they're trying to woo his little sparkly chested man self over here.
Oh, looks like it carried away.
His sweaty
Man.
chest. His sweaty chest.
Glistening with manhood. Oh my god, so sexy.
How fucking grossly sweating are you that you have sweat beads on the end of your chest hair?
That's a question I probably don't want an answer to.
No, that's fucking nasty.
Yeah,
Anyway.
gross.
Yeah, but I did want to talk about this one because it is great to see these platforms opening up, and I still don't believe them. I know too many years of censorship from these assholes to think that this is real. I feel more like they're saying what they're saying to keep themselves out of trouble or for financial reasons that we are unprivy to, Jack, or even so that they can protect their lefty shitbag creators. I just don't trust that they actually believe in free expression.
Oh,
and no. I keep saying free expression on purpose because that's how they said it.
Yeah.
They don't say free speech.
No, because they don't believe in that either.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't trust their motives here, but it could be good in the short term, but I just don't think anybody should trust them in the long run. Just assume that anything you do that might be mildly offensive to anybody could cost you your money. So save some money back.
Yeah, these little shitbags in charge. I do wonder what the landscape inside these places is looking like. I can't believe too many of the same people who were involved in what went on in 2020 are still there. But we also haven't heard of any big shakeup at YouTube. Yeah. I mean, Susan's gone. God rest her soul. But that change happened and shit was still going bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You mean there might be an ulterior motive? Yeah, and sadly the most how do I want to put this? I think the safest ulterior motive, if we want free expression to continue, would actually be the monetary one, because they're seeing that these other platforms can thrive with letting this stuff go. And the stuff that was said on YouTube was never as bad as shit that gets said on Kick or Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
But as long as it is actually a financial decision, it might actually work out for us, Jack, because money talks.
Yeah. It's really depressing that so many people have to bounce over to one of these alternative platforms, and you're not going to make anywhere near as much money, but people can make careers out of it. So I don't know. It's just, I guess YouTube is learning slowly that, hey, they like money.
Yeah, I mean, it took them so long to become a profitable entity on their own, and the introduction of Super Chat really did that.
Yeah.
And now they're like, let's piss off everybody. But even in that story, and as chat pointed out, false claims about COVID. False claims about the election. Well, what, again, YouTube. Could you come out and give us examples of what things people said that you think are false? Jack, me and my wife were talking about the Tylenol thing today, because this is one where, again, fucking morons. We showed you yesterday, Tylenol themselves said, do not take, we don't recommend this if you're pregnant. And there's a whole bunch of fucking idiots apparently all over Facebook, like taking Tylenol to show solidarity with Tylenol because Trump said, hey, this could retard your kids according to science that's been out for a decade. And they're like, how dare you, Trump? Trump wants your baby to be normal.
Well, to communists and crazies, normal is bad, remember?
I'm just waiting for the lefty to actually just come out and say, Trump hates retarded kids. Because that's their headline, isn't it? Trump's trying to get rid of retarded kids.
So the lefties decide to make more of them?
That seems to be their goal.
Well, I mean, that's kind of on them.
How many of these lefties out there who are encouraging women to take Tylenol when Tylenol themselves tells them not to do it are getting banned for medical misinformation?
Look, if there's one thing we've learned, it's that these people are not terribly smart.
Look, for you personally, a couple of Tylenol is fine most of the time. That rules apply, Jack.
Obviously.
I found out how dangerous Tylenol is when somebody I know OD'd on it purposefully. I didn't realize how bad Tylenol could be for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it can really fuck up your liver.
You ever seen somebody get their stomach pumped? It's not attractive.
No, it's really not a sexy look.
Yeah. It can help with the headache, but lots of stuff you take can help you. But when you're pregnant, there's all kinds of special rules. Tons of special rules about how you're supposed to handle your body so that we don't have an infant mortality rate like we had in the 1700s.
Yeah. Well, unless your goal is dead babies, which the left does seem to like.
But this one doesn't even kill them. It just retards them. I guess it's just to make more lefty voters.
That is such a half measure on their part, but they are pretty lazy people.
They're like, the illegal thing's not working out. I guess we got to grow our own voting base. Make them retarded.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're making Planet of the Tards. And then Timmy said, no.
My YouTube chat just died. That was
that's
weird.
Not good.
It's back. All right. I had to refresh it.
That's weird.
People in 1700s took too much Tylenol. They did a lot of weird shit. Look up Lotnium. There's a lot of gross shit that they used to do. Like, no, this is fine for you. Just saying. We've literally gotten to the point where even when Trump is right, Trump trying to help your children. And look, I haven't read the Tylenol study. I don't know. But even Tylenol is like, yeah, that could be a problem. Maybe you listen to the multi-billion-dollar company who's like, yeah, don't buy our product right now. Because
they listened to Pfizer for so long. Why aren't they listening to Tylenol right now?
Yeah. And Tylenol's like, hey, never take our product. Like, hey, while you're pregnant, yeah, you probably shouldn't use this shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, Trump said it, so it must not be true. I'm going to do a whole bottle. I can't wait for the whole bottle Tylenol challenge to take wildfire through the liberal community. By the way,
Monkey, don't give 4chan ideas.
Don't take a whole bottle of Tylenol. It will literally kill you.
Yeah, that's also gross. This stuff tastes garbage. You know, it's not a flavory decision.
It is perfectly safe. Yeah, if you take it as recommended, you will be fine. Holy shit, y'all believe that. Believe what? Look, there's an easy way for us to prove which one of us is right, and I'm not going to say it because I don't want you to die.
Yeah.
I mean, this is... Tylenol is safe in small quantities, Jack. And when you're not... Saffron, thank you so much. Why don't they make meds specifically for pregnant women so they can help with their symptoms? Pregnancy is horribly hard on women. Well, a couple of things. One, what you're talking about is relieving pains and stuff that is natural to go through. Your bodies are literally... Women's bodies are literally made to go through it. Two, they do make stuff that is more gentle for women if they're having issues. And 3 is because most people who get pregnant want to keep their baby and don't want it retarded. And a lot of the medicines that we take, you're not going to be able to make them safe for pregnancy because everything that goes into you goes into that tiny little developing body. And what can be perfectly fine for your kidney could fuck up their kidney's development. Yeah, I get what you're getting at, that, yeah, pregnancy is hard on women and stuff, but before modern medicine was even a concept, women were having babies. I mean, they were doing it out in the fields and shit, just plopping out little ones. And when do you think they first realized that you should cut off placenta?
Doesn't that just kind of fall out on its own?
Well, the placenta is attached to the baby through the umbilical cord, and it takes, how long does it take for the umbilical cord after they cut it, the belly button to form? It's a couple of weeks, right, guys? It's been a while since I had a baby in the house. By the way, really weird when you go to change the baby and there's just umbilical cord laying there.
Ew.
Because it fell off. Yeah.
It's gross.
But there had to be a time when they would just like carry the baby and the placenta around until it fell off on its own. I mean, we didn't have scissors or anything back then.
Well, they had like sharpened flint, you know. I'm sure they figured it out pretty early on how safe it was to remove certain things.
Well, look how long it took us to get tools, though. I mean, I feel like these babies were carrying around their own placenta like Luke carrying around Yoda.
I rule nothing out.
Huh. They ate it. But yeah, there has to be a time, though, when they realize it's okay even to do that, because there's still people who are like, the placenta's actually tasty. You're fucking gross.
Yeah,
that's cannibalism.
Yeah, fucking weirdos.
But see, again, I'm very fascinated by the idea of the first person who. Like, there was at one time people who just kept the baby and the placenta, and then one guy was like, let's just chop that the fuck off. And then
sorry.
And then all the other people were like, wait, we don't have to carry around this nasty bag of stuff anymore? Awesome.
I'm guessing it happened by accident. That's usually how these things happen. Like somebody was carrying around the whole thing and dropped their kid or something. And they're like, oh, kid's fine. But the placenta thingy kind of detached and the kid's fine. Hey, guys.
Right, yeah. The first person who drank milk. Yeah, that is a weird one. I mean, okay, if we're going with evolution, right? The first person to ever drink milk, because they would be feeding their babies, was actually not drinking human milk. They were drinking whatever came before us in the evolutionary chains milk. Have you considered that? That's what my brain does.
Like Neanderthal milk?
Was Neanderthal right before us?
I don't know.
Whichever one. So yeah, that's what they were drinking because they were the first human. So they were drinking caveman milk. They were, yeah, hairy titty milk, man.
Caveman milk sounds like a really freaky porno.
It kind of does.
Like, is that the theme of the next Gen Torturers tour?
Yes.
Oh, God.
This is going to shock the shit out of you. Tai Lopez has been accused of a Ponzi scheme.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Tai Lopez is? Oh, let's get his face up here. You'll recognize him. You don't recognize this guy here standing in the plane?
He looks vaguely familiar, but
he used to do all those commercials you'd see where he's like, this is how I got rich. And he'd walk you through his house with the camera moving way too fast for you to pay attention to the shit that he rented for the movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't know his name, but I know exactly who you're talking about now.
Thank you, Alan. He says they watched how animals did it. Oh, they used to eat through it? Oh. I don't like you now, Alan.
Hey, you're the one that asked the question. You can't blame Alan for that. Alan's a good boy. He didn't do nothing.
I'm grossed out. I'm just picturing some chick pushed out a baby and then just immediately starts eating the placenta.
Well, she's probably gnawing through the umbilical and. Arr!
Anyway, Tai Lopez there and his buddy. Let's see. Owners of Radio Shack and Pier 1 Imports accused of by the SEC of operating a $112 million Ponzi scheme.
That's a hell of a Ponzi scheme.
The get rich quick guy was running a Ponzi scheme? Allegedly. Because we believe in due process around here, we're going to just be said right now. Anytime I said he ripped people off, it's alleged. Just saying. That covers us, right?
I have no idea. Sure.
The SEC is alleging that they were running a Ponzi scheme, and I've never seen financial news that surprised me less. This would be like them coming out and going, we found out the Krasensteins were ripping people off. Really? Shocking. Has there ever been a get-rich-quick scheme that wasn't somehow fraudulent? If these things worked, everybody would do them. You have to be a degenerate shitbag or really desperate to do this shit. Why am I getting an ad on my screen like that? They're going to fuck around and force me to get an ad blocker, and I don't want to put that shit on my computer.
I know. One of the things that I've noticed is that most of the people that go for those get-rich-quick schemes are very, very lazy. And if you're going into business, you can't be lazy. You actually have to put in a lot of work.
Yep.
But they're willing to throw hundreds, if not thousands of dollars at some get-rich-quick scam. And people like to waste their money. Oh, real quick. Thank you, Alan, who says, thank you, brother. Anytime, dude. When you didn't do nothing wrong, I will stand up for you every time.
I didn't realize Radio Shack was still a thing.
I think they just bought the IP, like the trademarks and the logos. I don't think Pier 1's around anymore either.
So yeah, Murr and Lopez were known for snatching up struggling brick and mortar brands and attempting to rebrand them as online-only shops. So apparently Radio Shack is online only. Radio Shack is probably one of the biggest failures that shouldn't have been.
Yeah, that's what happens when you fail to adapt to the times, though.
They should have been a major electronics retailer through the 90s and 2000s, and then probably eventually moved on to internet-only business, Jack.
Yeah. Well, they were always great for having obscure parts that people needed, but then they slowly tried to change into some sort of weird boutique.
They stayed with the niche stuff instead of ever embracing the modern. I mean,
yeah.
Even the name Radio Shack. I mean, by the time I'm born, television is the go-to. Radio exists and tons of people listen to it, but media is already changing to the television age, and they didn't embrace that either.
Well, they could have made it some kind of retro cool thing, but they didn't. You could still make the brand name work.
Oh, sure.
But they just failed to really evolve with the times. You see that a lot with GameStop. Look, you walk in that place, they sell Pokemon cards now. They barely have any video game stuff. It's knickknacks and Funko Pops everywhere you look.
Well, this is something most consumers, I don't think, understand, is that when you're selling consoles and video games, you're really not making that much money.
No, GameStop makes its money on the used stuff.
Oh, go ahead.
When I was working there, they tried dabbling in some of the more retro stuff, and it sold really, really well. But instead, they shifted toward knickknacks and doodads and trying to sell phones. Nobody goes to GameStop to buy a $600 phone. We sold like 2 in the like year and a half we had them.
Yeah, GameStop only still exists because the bros who decided they weren't going to let the company fail the way it should be are pumping way too much money into it. and that bubble will burst. But
Oh,
when
yeah.
it comes to video games, for new stuff, not pre-sales, the way you make your money is through selling controllers and other peripherals that add on, because that shit's actually really cheap to make, and that's where the profit is. Profit on a console is like, when I worked at Walmart, it was like 2%. That is not something you want to run your business based off.
No, used consoles, they were pulling in, I think 35% on average, sometimes 50.
Damn.
Yeah. So the used, because they give you pennies on the dollar for what it is.
Sure. And then they charge almost brand new prices for it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like $50 less than a new one.
Yeah.
So, and of course, then they upsell you a warranty on the machine and the games and all that other bullshit. Oh, you need an extra controller. Buy used ones. We make another $10. It's a great scam, but they just failed to adapt. They did not see, for some reason, or think it was going to happen, the digital downloads, which was their real undoing at GameStop. But they did, instead of saying, like, we're going to carry all the retro stuff from, like, GameCube and NES and PlayStation 1 and maintaining the idea of a game store, they switched over to phones and Funko.
Ours, they messed with phones a little bit. I don't know that they even promote that at all anymore. Their shit is all t-shirts, knickknacks, and other IP related properties.
Yeah. There's
like figurines and figurines.
Oh yeah. Yeah, action figures and little statues and shit. There's 2 of them near me. 2 of them shut down, so we're stuck with 2. And I go there occasionally to check out the clearance stuff because, you know, action figures are cool.
Sure.
But when I go in there, they say hi occasionally, not very often, but you have to walk by this wall of Pokemon and sometimes other cards, and all the video game stuff is on the back right wall, and that's it. That's the video game stuff. The rest is Funko Pops, weird little Japanese knick-knack statues that you would put on display in a curio cabinet for like $150, and a couple racks of like toys and some Japanese looking shit. And that's it. That's all they've got. It's really pathetic. And Radio Shack kind of was doing the same thing at the end.
Ours, the entire, when you walk in, the left wall all the way down is video games and consoles. The back wall is all video games and consoles. And then maybe 10% of the right wall from the back wall up is video games and consoles still. I don't know what the hell yours is doing.
They sell a lot of Funko Pops. Like, there's a large rack of them.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No wonder they're failing.
Yeah. I see people buy some of that shit, but most of the time, the employees are just standing around. I'm usually in the store for maybe 10 minutes. And for, I would say, 8 of those minutes on average, I'm the only person in the store that isn't working there. That's not good, because I don't go during peak times, but I'm also a late sleeper because I work all night, you know. Like, it's 6 a.m. I'm going to sleep till at least noon.
I kind of want to see your Radio Shack, your store now, because I can't imagine GameStop. Every GameStop I've ever been in is basically the same setup that this one is. And actually, frankly, every game store I've ever been in, even back in the day when there were more than just GameStop, they were all set up the same way. Line the walls with them. The only difference now is they don't have like the drop bins they used to have for the older games. I haven't seen one of those in forever.
Yeah, I mostly see Pikachu and Mario, like toys, and I saw Cookie Jar one time in there. I did pick up this really cool dice roller. It's the statue from the first edition D&D cover where the thief is pulling the gem out of the eye. You know which one I'm talking about?
No.
It's from the old Player's Handbook, like first edition, and it's this big pot-bellied gremlin-looking thing holding a cauldron. Well, it was like $50 originally, and I got it for like $10 on clearance. And I haven't even opened it; it's sitting in a box. But you pull the top off of the head, and you drop the dice in, and it rolls down out the back.
Huh.
So he like poops out dice from the look of it. But it was really cool. That's what I go in there for. I go in there to look at the clearance section. But yeah, I think it varies by region too, because one of the ones that was closest to me that shut down actually had more video game stuff, but people didn't seem to be buying it, so I guess they shut it down.
Alan, thank you for becoming a member for month number 22. I would buy a Funko of Monkey and Jack. I would buy a Funko of my monkey. I really would. I like my monkey. He's a cute little guy, but he's just a head, so I don't know how you'd even make that.
Don't know.
He's only had a body twice, and I've never been happy with the bodies that I've made for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to move on to Theo Vaughn. Sadly, he got rid of his original post, so you're just going to have to take my word for it.
I'm sure somebody archived it, so it's out there somewhere.
So apparently, I think it was DHS used a clip of him where it sounds like he's talking about getting rid of illegals, and he starts freaking out. He starts freaking out like, hey, my take on this is really nuanced. It's very nuanced. It's not just black or white. I did not give you permission to use my likeness here. And somebody said to him, appreciate you speaking up, Theo. Nuance is important here. And he says this. It's crazy to me that they would think this is okay. What if someone attacks me tomorrow because they think I'm some final boss of deportations or something? I didn't understand why he was freaking out the way he was. I get it. Hey, they used my likeness without my permission. But he seemed almost unhinged, in my opinion. And then when you see his thinking for why, I get it.
Well, Charlie Kirk just got murdered, so.
Yeah. But this is where we are. And how fucking crazy of a world do we live in when you have somebody who, I didn't even watch his original clip, but it's Theo fucking Vaughn. So it's not like he was kill all the illegals or any stupid shit like that. I don't find the man that smart, honestly.
No, I'm not a fan.
But he's not some hardcore right winger. And his first thought when they're like, oh my God, they're using my video for this, somebody might try to kill me.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that we have to worry about that sort of thing now.
It's depressing that we have to worry about that now. Because we just listen to all these people with their free speech nonsense. And then again, you have that Prop 50 commercial. You'll literally lose your freedoms. All of them. All of them, Jack.
Oh my God, all of them.
Yeah. I don't know how exactly, but well, isn't that what we fought the revolution for? If they're taking away our freedoms.
I mean, that is how that played out, isn't it?
I know why they're so concerned about dog whistles now, because they do them constantly to their crazy little fans.
Oh yeah, well, they're not even subtle about it.
Not even subtle at all. But yeah, so fuck, man. Theo, I get it. I get why you're panicked over that. You got a much bigger name than us.
Yeah.
You're well more known than us, and some idiot wanted to make a look. We just saw the shooting up of the ICE facility yesterday morning.
Yeah, they're not smart enough to figure out the difference between ICE officers and detainees.
It's just so fucking Anyway, what's going on here? We didn't really talk about this when we talked about the ICE shooting. but it's something we probably should mention. Because of this, and this is what I'm talking about with you liberals finding out, DHS or Department of Homeland Security guys, they oversee basically everything, and ICE falls under their purview.
Yep.
They're like, we're going to increase security. And you know who that's going to most affect right now? All of these little dumbass protesters who keep getting out there, getting the idiots we saw the other day training each other how to push an ICE officer or be pushed by one.
Yep.
They're not going to be playing anymore. That easily could have been ICE officers who got shot. Two people are in critical condition, and one was murdered on their grounds. And you fucking idiots are going to go out there and be like, you guys suck. You should show me your face. And it is my deepest wish that somebody's filming when they find out.
Well, Katie Daviscourt is doing the Lord's work on that front. Yeah, Kristi Noem announced that today that they're going to increase security dramatically at all the ICE facilities because of the shooting, I assume.
Yep, that is exactly why.
So good on them.
You little fucking liberals, you might want to start paying a little bit of attention to what's going on, because you'll get your ass kicked, and I'm going to laugh about it. Just say you're going to deserve it. Now, look, if any of the officers cross the line, we'll say, "Yep, you shouldn't have done that." I might still laugh, but it's been our experience that most of the time, 99% of the time, okay, maybe 95% of the time,
yeah,
when we see these protesters get hurt by the police officers or ICE, they deserve it.
Yeah, they instigated it. The only time I can actually think of is when the Portland cops were rolling around in the white van shooting people with pepper balls, and then some guy didn't know what was going on, and he drew a gun, and they immediately jump out and identify themselves. But they were rolling up on him without, in an unmarked vehicle without identifying.
Yep.
So I think his charges ended up getting dismissed. But yeah, I mean, that was about the only time that I could even point to. And it's because it was such a unique situation that you could even point to that. Every other time, those dumb fucks started. And the cops are just responding. So, yeah, don't give me that shit. The cops aren't out there brutalizing people. You're out there starting trouble, and they knocked you on your fat ass. Shut up.
All right, we got to watch the human thumb. Brian has obviously been offended at everybody calling him fat because he's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, he does appear to have lost some weight. It hasn't helped the way he looks, though. He looks more like a thumb now.
Ladies out there in the audience, I want you to stare at your screen right now and imagine that sweating over you.
Ooh.
This man is married. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and he's like, for Trump! I bet he calls Tucker Carlson's name when he climaxes.
Do you think when his wife does a sexy dance, she turns on the music that plays from the ice cream van?
Yes, that or Welcome the Gladiators.
I'm just guessing. God Monkey, that's cruel. I can't believe somebody that looks like this got married. That's all.
I can't believe this man is over 5 foot tall.
I know this guy. He's actually really tall. He's like over 6 foot. He's taller than I am.
Yeah, that's weird to me. It's very weird.
Well, it's easier to get the kids that way.
Does he go fee, fi, fo, fum?
The president is continuing to threaten ABC. And in fact, the president did that right before this program aired last night. You know, Kimmel's monologue now has 15 million views on YouTube, tens of millions of views on other social platforms as well. So this is one of those situations, sometimes known as the Streisand effect, where an attempt to quiet.
This isn't the Streisand effect. It's not that nobody knew who Kimmel was. You know what I mean? I've heard this called the Streisand effect repeatedly, and that no,
people knew who Kimmel was. They just weren't watching his stupid show.
Yeah, the Streisand effect refers to Barbara, who was well known, highlighting something that people didn't know about. Pretty much everybody knew what the left was doing, being shitty, and that Jimmy's a shitty lefty. Even the lefties didn't watch him.
Yeah, because he's not interesting and or funny.
Yeah.
One thing I will give Brian credit for is he is actually handling balding correctly.
Yes. Yeah, we'll give him that.
Yeah, if you're going bald, guys, just keep your hair really, really short. And you can still have the Picard ring. Just keep it short. Even though Brian seems like the type of guy that would have a comb over or a shitty toupee, he did not go that route. And I will give him credit for that.
I still call that the toilet seat because it's shaped like a public toilet seat. I'm just saying. It's got that opening in the front for some... Why do public toilet seats have an opening in the front?
So your wiener doesn't touch it?
Is your wiener slapping against the front of your toilet seat at home all the time?
I have a very large wiener.
I think you're not sitting down correctly.
I am.
What, are you sliding back?
I like to get comfortable. I don't know. I don't know why they have those. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think that you can get pregnant by sitting on Brian Stelter's head.
but see, but then it touches a different part, I guess. Yeah, because if people like Jack are sliding it back against the seat, that means his wiener's dragging across it every time. And yeah, I don't want my wiener dragging across his wiener.
See,
we're not lefties.
Yeah, there's a lot of weirdos out there, and yeah, I just assume the opening has a function. I just find it best not to ask questions.
Opening front so you don't piss on the seat. How are you guys sitting on toilets?
Well, yeah, if you got a large wiener, you just flop it out onto the top. I don't know. I'm running out of material here.
Are you guys standing up mid-pee? Like you
gotta look and make sure everything's working okay out there.
you've pinched off the loaf, which is one of my least favorite things. And then you stand up, but you're still peeing. What are you guys doing?
You're worried about your wiener coming. No, they're worried about snakes coming up the drain or ghoulies.
For standing pee drips, lift the lid, you degenerates.
Lift the lid. I'm not touching that thing.
Use the urinal. That's what it's for. And if there's no urinal in that bathroom, that's what the sink is for. Anyway, back to this idiot.
Or silence or hide a piece of content. In this case, trying to kick Kimmel off the air. Some of that energy from the Trump administration and from Trump allies is now backfired. And at least for the moment, Kimmel is more popular than he was a week ago.
Nope. He's not more popular. He's more talked about, Jack. But this again, not really the Streisand effect. People were tuning in to see the train wreck. I think it was Scribbles who's like, no, this is rubbernecking. And that's what it is. Because he's boring as shit, and people tuning in are going to be like, oh, yeah, that was boring, and move on.
That's why I don't watch him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his ratings will be up for like a week, maybe two, and then it's going to plummet right back down.
But the reason I wanted to highlight this isn't even that, because Brian is right that this did bring some attention to Kimmel that he hasn't had in years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tons of people tuned in to see what he would say when he got back. And I'm betting that by the end of the week, he's going to be right back down to his normal views.
Yeah. Well, his crocodile tears only get him so far.
What bothered me about this is that this is Brian Stelter. And he didn't mention one time in this 32-second clip that Jimmy was spreading misinformation.
No, he doesn't care about that. Only the right wing spreads misinformation.
It is amazing to me how, because look, no matter what you think of Jimmy and how he should be able to say whatever he wants, blah, 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 blah. What he said was factually incorrect, provably a lie. And none of these lefties who were so worried about misinformation that they wanted a department of misinformation has pointed that out or addressed it at all. Suddenly the misinformation, that's okay. That's fine. These are the disinformation people. These are the cheap fake people. And like, how dare you show Biden as he actually is? That's a cheap fake. You're spreading misinformation. But in this case,
fake.
I mean,
What a lazy word.
This isn't even in question. He was absolutely fucking wrong. And they're like, free speech, we have the right to lie to you. Nobody, not if you're on the right wing, because then it's bad. Then it's real bad. Oh God, I forgot about this fucking video. I'd like to apologize for what I'm about to do.
Do you?
Yep, that's Hillary Clinton on your screen. I apologize. Hillary, you're like 90. Stop trying with the Rachel haircut, okay? You couldn't pull it off when you were that age.
True.
Look, Bill Clinton clearly had no standards when it comes to women, right?
Yeah.
He would stick his dick in anything. And even apparently, allegedly underage folks. Everybody forgets that Bill Clinton was accused of, well, let's just call it what is child rape, of having sex with an underage girl when he was back in Arkansas. That never gets talked about. People bring up the Lolita Express, but yeah. I mean, there were rumors that he had sex with a minor way back then. By minor, we're talking, I believe the girl was 14. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
There were a lot of rumors that anytime somebody spoke out, was it the Highway Patrol was
State
basically
police.
go and intimidate the accusers, and they won't take reports.
Yeah, state police, not highway
state
patrol.
Police. Yeah,
yep,
my bad.
Yep. Nope, you're fine. But anyway, Hillary has always been ugly, and
yes.
I can only imagine that this was definitely. I mean, they even planned it like marriage of convenience. They probably have some kind of weird contract, like, I won't touch your vagina if you don't try to touch my wiener. She's the one woman that Bill won't fuck.
I mean, she looks like a monster, so.
I just imagine when she spreads her legs like a vortex of evil comes out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's a hideous thought.
How nasty do you have to be that Bill won't fuck you?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen photos of people that he would fuck, so.
Anyway, she's still trying to pull this is the Rachel haircut from the second season of Friends. You are 90, ma'am. You're not pulling this off.
Yeah.
And why are you still? I do love that it has to say former Secretary of State because she was never president. That makes me so happy. This woman has never done anything in her life except ride her husband's cum-stained coattails.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was a senator. Yeah, based on her name, that's riding his coattails, and she didn't do shit in the Senate. That was her stepping stone to the big leagues. And how'd that work out? Anyway.
And I'm proud of the fact that we have always been a work in progress. You know, we haven't gotten to the more perfect union, and we
haven't got to the more perfect union. So we're exactly like we were in 1781.
Yes. Exactly. That's why your wig is powdered, Monkey.
Weird.
Yeah, because linear time is not a real thing. It's a concept.
More like perfect union doesn't have an end. That is an open-ended idea.
Oh no! See, communism is perfection, Monkey. That's what they're getting at.
You're jumping the gun, damn it!
Oh, sorry. Just arbitrary joke.
But you're not wrong. You're not.
I
wrong.
know. I understand how these people think sometimes, and every now and then I get one right.
I was being pedantic about her language here because in her world, we haven't reached that more perfect union. More perfect isn't perfect. And so unless you think there's been no advancement, then we have gotten more perfect as we've gone on.
You would think so, but that's not how they see it. I mean, you took their slaves away, monkey.
It's literally what more perfect means.
You'd think so.
Civil war over part of it. And people have been protesting, for hundreds of years that, things were not as they should be given our ideals and how we should be moving toward them.
So, I mean, by your own lefty standards, there's people who protest for Nazism in the United States. And does that prove anything? A lot of the protesting, Jack, that has gone to get us a more perfect union, like she's clearly trying to talk about race here. Yeah. So let's do that. I'm on board with that shit. I don't care about race, and race never should have been an issue. And if Democrats weren't a thing, it probably would have never been one. But just the idea that, well, people protested, that's meaningless. There were people who protested against entering World War II, and World War I was a real one. They're like, nah, bruh.
Yeah, Woodrow Wilson campaigned on not getting in the war, and then he won and was like, we're going to war.
Just people have been protesting for more. Yeah, but you have to talk about what they were protesting about and whether or not it was a valid protest and whether or not we've reached that part of more perfect.
Well, Hillary never found a war she didn't love. So
I think that's what makes us so special as a country. And the idea that you could turn the clock back and try to recreate a world that never was.
Why is her hair not moving? I just noticed that when they showed it behind her.
Well, you see, monkey, I can explain this. When lizard people put their human outfit on, it's actually a helmet. So it just pops on like a Lego person's hair.
Is she destroying the ozone here?
Single-handedly. She has an entire warehouse of Aquanet.
This bitch still using Aquanet, which, by the way, I feel like you could probably fix bridges with.
Oh, yeah, that shit was great. If you wanted something to not move, Aquanet was good for it.
Recreate a world that never was, dominated by, let's say it, white men of a certain persuasion, a certain religion, a certain point of view, a certain ideology.
Recreate a world that never was, dominated by men of a certain race, religion, and creed.
Oh, and gender identity, I'm sure.
She did say persuasion, so straight.
Yeah.
Yep. Straight white Christian males never actually ran this country. By the way, straight white Christian males have been oppressing people in this country since the beginning. I need the left to make up their mind. Was it never a thing, or was it the thing?
I hate to be the one to tell you this, monkey, but the left will never make up their mind.
I know, because words have different meanings depending on when they're talking. Reality has different meanings depending on what they're talking about.
Yeah, linear time doesn't exist. Why would definitions?
I just love that she's like, this world never existed. We were close. We were. And then once again, Democrats had to fuck shit up. Let's go back to the beginning. The 3/5 compromise has to be a thing because the Democrats are like, hell no, I'm not picking my own cotton. The Civil War happens because the Democrats are like, hell no, I'm not picking my own cotton. We can make the Negroes do it. They're not even really people. Make them do it. The KKK pops up because the Democrats are like, hell no, I shouldn't have to pick my own cotton. We should have Negroes to do it. Jim Crow happens because are you guys noticing a fucking pattern here? Jim Crow, the civil rights issues, all of this shit, the integration of schools. Who was it standing against that?
I think it was the Democrats. Smokey.
That was the fucking Democrats. And they fought against giving blacks equal rights all along. And then when we're as close as we've ever been to racial harmony back in the late 80s, they were like, colorblind is actually racist. You have to look at that black man and think he's like every other black man who's ever existed, or you're a racist.
I'd like to point out that you missed one. Gun control was designed to keep guns out of black people's hands.
Absolutely. So. Over and over and over again throughout the history of this country, it is her fucking party that has been racist and still is. These are the people that would tell you the blacks can't do it unless Honky helps them. We have to help them. They're just stupid little monkeys. We got to do it for them. They are so goddamn racist, and then have the fucking balls to stand up and pretend they're on the right side of history. Democrats have never been on the right side of history when it comes to racial equality. Never. Oh, the other one we forgot. Abortion.
Yeah. Weird how those centers popped up in black neighborhoods first, and Margaret Sanger hated black people and believed in the hierarchy of eugenics. Minimum wage too. Yeah.
From 73 on, when Roe becomes law, half of the black babies conceived have been killed. Good job. Yeah, you're more perfect union.
It's just doing such damage to what we should be aiming for. And we were on the path toward that. I mean, imperfectly, lots of, bumps along the way, but.
Tell us about super predators.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Dems put Japanese in camps. Cryptic. Thank you. Yes. That was FDR.
Yeah.
I agree with you. We were on the right trajectory.
That's the part I wanted to get to and what we were waiting for the communism, Jack, because that's their real answer. Their right trajectory is just communism. It is.
My bad. Yeah, a lot of people also forget that they did inter a lot of Germans, too, who didn't actually commit any crimes.
Well, we couldn't trust them not to collaborate. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I do love how the Democrats have been able to rebrand their racism over the years and still somehow come out racist. It's fucking amazing to me. They don't even know what computers are. That's a real thing. A politician said, black kids don't know what computers are. That's how fucking retarded the Democrats think black people are. Yeah. Anyway, don't let them pretend that they're for progress. Jack, I saw a comment today on one of my tweets that I wanted to address because I haven't really talked about this in a long time. There's a lot of talk out there about how the Jews control everything and the Jews run the United States and everything is for Israel. Everything's done for Israel.
Yeah.
And somebody pointed to a creator who apparently says this too, but it's something I've thought about for a long time and I've even mentioned before. America is not controlled by Jews, guys. We're controlled by Europe. Everything we do is for Europe. NATO is for Europe. It's not for the Jews. Everything we do. And the left pushes this. The left has pushed this. My entire life, I've seen Democrats tell us that we need to change the way we're doing things here in America to be more like the Europeans. Well, why?
How do you explain that song then? Everything I do it for Jews. Isn't that how that goes, Monkey?
I think you might have misheard the lyrics.
Oh. Okay, never mind then.
LOL for Europe. Yes, absolutely for Europe. What's the first thing the United States does after the war ends? The 1776 kerfuffle? Reestablish trade. We got to make sure Britain and us are cool.
Yeah.
Everything we do. We went to 2 world wars for those fuckers.
Yeah.
The Japanese attacked us. Hitler didn't. And what'd we do? We sent all of our fucking troops into Europe. Everything we do is for Europe. And it's time to tell them to fuck off.
Well, we've got all those bases over there defending them. We set up NATO. We set up the League of Nations, the UN. All these things that we've been dumping money into for close to 100 years now. And they don't seem to actually fucking appreciate anything we do.
They were allied. Yeah, they were. But our interest in that should have been more Japan than Hitler. And frankly, that's where if you're talking about the proportionality of what happened, Japan should have been our main focus. And instead we're like, we got to go save Europe.
Yeah, we had no obligation to save Europe.
No.
Other than buying our weapons.
And I'm not saying we shouldn't have saved Europe. Absolutely. I'm fine with that. But if you're looking at what makes sense, that makes no sense. It makes no sense that we put the majority of our forces on the European continent. And like, oh, we'll just have some naval skirmishes and some marine battles out in the Pacific. Just saying. Yeah, everything. The left loves Europe. And you know why? Because they're commies. I'm just saying. Yeah, they want that communist European shit. And yeah, fuck Europe. You guys need to grow up and stop your incestuous infighting.
Well, they look down on us.
It.
Yeah, they look down on us, but always with their hand out. Yep.
Yeah, we do tons of shit for Europe. And then everybody's like, but look what we did for the Jews today. Yeah. The Jews are the ones controlling everything. Jack, it's also time to get rid of NATO.
Oh, absolutely. We need to stop funding the UN as well.
Cernovich, that fucking retard. And look, I know a lot of people are fans of Cernovich, but you should really dig into that guy. He's a stupid prick. He said we need to leave the UN because of what happened with the escalator. Did you see what happened with the escalator?
Yeah, it stopped.
And before it stopped, apparently there were people that work at the UN who were making jokes about how they were going to do it. It was a stupid prank that somebody pulled.
Yeah, it was a security issue. I'll give them that. It was dumb, and they should fire those guys.
Yep.
But
in Cernovich's world, no, that was a test run for an assassination.
I doubt that because that's stupid. But yeah, I mean, you fire those guys for doing that because it's rude and very unprofessional and not funny. But at the same time, like, there's a dozen other reasons to pull out of the UN.
Yes,
mostly the fact that they piss our money away, and most of the people running things are dictators.
I think that we should withdraw from the UN first of all, because fuck them.
Yeah, stop paying all their fucking bills.
I don't believe in this one world government bullshit. We each have. We broke away from Europe because they were trying to run shit from 1,000 miles across the Atlantic, and now we're like, no, we should let Ghana tell us what human rights are.
Yeah. Govern us harder, Daddy. Europe. Ugh. When Iran or Saudi Arabia are on the Human Rights Council, fuck off.
I have a new plan because we're not going to back out of the UN because everybody's a bunch of pussies about that shit.
Yeah.
What we should do is move the UN headquarters to the swamplands in Florida.
Oh, put it near Alcatraz, the alligator Alcatraz.
Yep, and there needs to be a rule that there can't be an airport within 400 miles of it. And for carbon footprint reasons, nobody's allowed to use air conditioning in the UN building in the swamps of Florida.
Except the Americans.
Nope, because anybody who's still going there, they get what they deserve.
That's a fair point.
They
I
love
think if
it.
we just cut our funding, like make them start paying rent on those buildings, yeah, they'll leave on their own accord.
I want it to be as uncomfortable as possible. These are the assholes who gave us the IPCC, which gives us all of our climate change bullshit.
Yep. Because it's a big
So-
scam, and they all had money in carbon credits and that goofy shit.
Fuck. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just do that in New York. You can't be making any kind of carbon footprint if you're gonna go to the UN. Good luck in winter. You down with the IPCC? Fuck them, they can blow me. I like the lyrics on Down with OPP there.
Yeah, the Ontario Provincial Police.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the lost verse of that song.
Yeah, see, I was in Canada, in Ontario, when that song came out. So I heard it in Canada, and I thought that was a song about the Ontario Provincial Police.
There's no such thing as Europe. You should really learn what continents are.
You're not my boss.
In my best Greta Thunberg voice, how dare you?
How dare you? I should have stayed in school.
I shouldn't even be here. I should be in school. Then go to school, you fucking little retard. Oh, I'm really pissy with people today.
I see that.
Any more stupidity, man?
Well, here's some slightly breaking news. There was an explosion in Swindon.
I don't know where Swindon is.
It's in the Islamic Caliphate of the UK.
I know I've heard the term before watching something, but what was the explosion?
It's Groundwell Institute Estate.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I broke up there. What was the explosion?
It's this place called Groundwell Institute Estate. That they do specialized vehicles and or something. I don't really understand it. It's a little vague. They do something there.
Oh, so workplace accident.
Yeah, it's a big warehouse. Nobody was hurt. Oh, it's a printing firm. I'm sorry, called ESP Smile, and they had 12 fire engines and a water carrier helicopter on scene. It's
Cryptic,
a big fire.
Thank you, Cryptic. The UN is the ugly girlfriend who you bang but forget to pull out, and now you have a tard baby named Ed Krasenstein. Yes. Yes. Oh. Yeah, just so annoyed with people. My daughter said to me last night that she needs an anonymous YouTube channel so she can vent. And I'm like, little girl, you just don't understand how cathartic it really is.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I need to fix my Facebook account because people try breaking into it all the time. I can't get into it on my PC. I can only get to it on my computer or on my can't get to it on my PC, only my computer.
You sound like me.
Only on my phone. And it's very hard to type. And there's a lot of people on Facebook I want to offend right now.
Yeah, I stepped away when I saw the Charlie Kirk stuff. Because I get suspended on there pretty regularly.
I've never been suspended on there. I did one time have to verify who I was because I pissed somebody off and they reported me as being a fake person.
Wow.
I don't even know
that's
who it was that I pissed off, but yeah, I had to verify my ID with them.
Wow.
Thank you, Saffron. Technically, though, all these world-spanning organizations, Germany controls everything because they post the most into those things. No one cares how much you Yanks put in. They all think you should be paying more. Oh yeah, I know. We have the money, and if there's one thing Europe is very, very good at, it is envy.
Yeah. Yeah. The Germans are real good at manipulating people because they actually have some money. So they tend to throw their weight around, and then they still want our money. Fuck that.
Yeah, the envy's kind of their brand. All right, guys, we're gonna do a short one here. I need to go lay back down.
Oh, okay.
Huh. I'm just suddenly tired, which usually means that I'm gonna get that wave of pain within like the next half hour, and I'm not really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it usually starts with just exhaustion across my whole body. It's not fun. But anyway, guys, thanks for coming and hanging out with us today. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are so kind. If you were offended by anything I said about Europe, well, you're probably European, and I don't care. Jack, anything you want to shill?
I'll drop some links in the chat. As always, guys, thank you so much for the tips. Thank you so much for coming out and listening to us night after night. I did get a new movie review posted, so I'll drop that link right now. And that is for She Gods of Shark Reef.
Say that title again.
She Gods of Shark Reef.
All right.
That's a real movie.
I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah, it's from 1958, so it's not even a new one.
Wait, they had B movies in 58?
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a Roger Corman film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's all you had to say.
Yeah. It's in color though.
Oh, yeah. It's a Corman film.
Yeah, it's not even one of his good ones.
On that, ladies and gentlemen, Jack, a pleasure as always.
Always glad to be here.
Take care of yourselves, guys. See, even my thing is thrown off. I'm just anticipating, and I hate this. Take care of yourselves, guys. We love you, and we'll see you
on the next one. Bye, everybody. Yeah, Rumble's not working. Oh, my Rumble upload's not working.
I wonder how many people thought the show just ended there.
Well, I picked up where you left off, so.
We love you. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Don't worry. I saw somebody call that one of the worst songs ever, and I wanted to punch him in the nuts for saying it. I love that song.
That song sucks.
A bee.